Ladies and gentlemen, silence. It's more powerful than you might think. It's louder than words, sharper than any comeback, and it lingers, echoing long after the moment has passed. When someone disrespects you, it's easy to lash out. But today, I want to talk about a different response. The kind of response that speaks volumes without uttering a word. Your silence. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a testament to your strength. And the best part? That silence haunts them far more than anything you could ever say or do. When someone disrespects you, they expect a reaction. They're ready for the shouting match, the angry words, the emotional outbursts. They feed on the chaos, believing they've won if they can get under your skin. But when you choose silence, when you decide their actions aren't even worth a response, that's when everything changes. That's when they start to feel the weight of what they've done. Your silence? It's not weakness, it's strength. It's the decision to protect your peace, to refuse to engage with someone who doesn't deserve your energy. It's choosing to let go of the need to prove anything to those who don't value you. When you refuse to entertain their negativity, when you stop explaining yourself, defending your worth, or fighting for their respect, that's when your silence becomes deafening, because they expected you to react. But instead, you chose silence. And that silence, it says everything they didn't expect to hear. They expected you to chase after them, to beg for their attention, to fight back in a way that would make them feel powerful. But instead, you chose to walk away. You chose peace over conflict, self-respect over validation. And that choice? It's eating them alive. They can't stand that you're not giving them the reaction they were counting on. They can't bear the thought that you're moving on, unbothered, while they're left alone with guilt, regret, and the memory of how they treated you. Your silence is a mirror. It reflects their insecurities, their failures, their lack of character. It forces them to face the reality of what they've done, without the distraction of an argument to justify their behavior. They're left alone with their thoughts, replaying the moment they crossed the line, wondering why you're not giving them the satisfaction of a response. That silence, that complete absence of engagement, it speaks volumes. They underestimated you. They thought they had control. But now, in the quiet, they see the truth. You never needed to prove anything to them. And that's the power they never saw coming. They thought you needed them. They believed you would keep fighting for their respect, keep trying to prove your worth. But your silence? It shows something different. It shows that you know your value, that you don't need to stoop to their level, and that you're strong enough to walk away without ever looking back. Now, they're realizing it. They're seeing that they pushed away someone who was willing to give them kindness, patience, and understanding. They're starting to recognize that the respect they took for granted was something they'll miss more than they ever expected. And every time they remember how they treated you, that silence is there, loud and unforgiving, a constant reminder that they lost someone who had the dignity to leave without a word, leaving them alone with the echo of what they've done. In your silence lies your victory. It's a powerful statement that says you don't need to respond to disrespect, because you're too focused on your own growth, your own peace, and your own happiness. You've taken back your power by refusing to let their behavior define your worth. And that's what's truly killing them. They can't stand knowing that they no longer have control over your emotions, that they're no longer a factor in your life. Their disrespect didn't break you, it only made you stronger. So, let your silence speak for you. Let it be the response that leaves them questioning everything, while you move forward with your head held high, knowing you chose to protect your peace above all else. In the end, your silence is more than just strength. It's your closure, your liberation, and the very thing that haunts them with the memory of what they lost.